Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. This is take 2. I started watching my other video back and I was like, you can't say that. You shouldn't talk about that. So here we are again. After recording a 40-minute video, I'm going to redo it. Oh. Anyway, so here we go. What was I saying? Oh, well. Anyway, it's been a day. John and I went through my entire yarn stash and we took 17 totes down to 10. So, which gave me 9 mystery bags. And they're big mystery bags. They're like 19 inches across and 24 inches tall. And I have them stuffed to the brim. I barely leave enough to fold the top over and tape the fool out of them. No tape is ever spared. And then I double bag them. I get them all taped up and then I slide them into another bag, and then I finish taping them up and taping all the corners down and everything, and then I put whoever bought that bag in their address on it, and so I got 4 that had been bought out of the 9. One that I was kind of holding for someone that had mentioned in the comments that they were interested in buying, but I haven't heard back from her, so that's kind of in the air. But we did manage so far to raise enough to take Axel back to the vet in 2 weeks to get blood work redone, and find out if the medicine is working, and hopefully be able to pay for another couple of weeks of medicine. So, and I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you he's doing better. So I know this doesn't, a whole 24 hours has barely passed, but because it's of course after midnight now. So here I am, night owl Amanda. Y'all know that's true. Yeah, I'm a night owl. But so it's just what it is. I got some Happy Mail from Connie Wagner. Some lovely yarn. So thank you, Connie. I'm not going to go through the yarn again. She sent me some yarn that she from her stash, and then she sent me some lovely Picasso yarn that she had won from Juan, the yarn addict, and she shared some of that. So, and we all know how hard that yarn is to come by unless you order it straight from Ice, or if you order it from Amazon and pay through your nose. So that's very kind of her to share that. Beautiful yarn. I also I got my sushi cakes from Juan. I got 2 of these that I won on Sunday's Live with Juan and his mom. And so I started a granny square, and I'm not chaining in between because I like that. You noticed I heard it from him, and then I started not chaining in between clusters, and I just like it so much better, especially if you're joining. If you're doing granny squares to join them in a blanket situation or a garment situation, like my cotton top that I'm making, if you look right here, and because this is one of what normally would be your chain 1 space, but it's a space, but I'm not chaining 1. But if you look, there's a stitch before and after. And the way I connect things when I do either granny square blankets or tops or whatever is I single crochet things together and get the little ridge, okay? But you wouldn't have to dip down in between in this space and do your single crochet like you normally would if you had a chain 1 space. You can just do a single crochet in this stitch and then a single crochet in that stitch, and it gives a much cleaner look. So that's why I like it very much, because I do a lot of that using granny squares for tops and stuff like that. And so, and my top is coming right along, and I know a lot of y'all had doubts because I had made it so wide. I promise you I have a plan for that. Excuse me, it's just tea. Just iced tea, but I have a plan for that, and I promise it will work out. So I'm pretty confident because I've done everything in my head, in my little airhead. So I've got it, worked out, and it's starting. You see, I've started with the half doubles, and so I got my shoulder shaping going on here. And so I know it looks wide, but there's a plan. There's a plan. And all will be revealed at a later date once I get my prototype put together. So, and also in the other video that I deleted because I went off on a tangent about someone that probably doesn't even have a channel anymore and talked about someone that I shouldn't have talked about, and I'm not going to do that again. Sometimes it happens when you're bipolar, you know, squirrel. But anyway, so I'm going to go over my channel member list again and, you know, give thanks to those folks that have been with me a while and as channel members, because I often forget to thank them, and I don't want to seem ungrateful. I just get caught up in life and get preoccupied, unfortunately, and I just I forget. So, and that's probably why I don't have any more channel members than I do. Channel membership starts at $2.99, and I'm available on Facebook Messenger. So there's also a channel, a Facebook page devoted to the channel, and there's a general chat associated with that. So if anyone's interested in coming and chatting with me or the rest of my folks that are in that chat, you're welcome to come do that. Just keep your chat positive, generally about crochet. If you need prayer, this is a Christian-based channel. You can come request prayer if you have prayer requests. If you want to post on the Facebook page that you have a prayer request, you can either tell what the prayer request is about or just say, I have an unspoken prayer request. You don't have to give detail, and those of us that pray will pray for you. And if you want to post your makes, if you want to post a yarn haul, that is all welcome. But please don't come and try to sell us anything, because we're not buying anything. And I will remove that. And please don't post anything about Temu, because I'm not letting that post either. Those type things. And my people will let me know, you know, if somebody tries to post something that they know that I'm not agreeing to. But I'm available there to chat with, because I'm a night owl. I'm up all different times, and you know, that's part of the perks of being what I call my people prayer warriors. So everybody has their own thing that they call their subscribers. I call my people prayer warriors. So I know I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a deeply religious person. I'm a Christian and spiritual person. So, you know, I'm not going to beat you over the head with the Bible. That's too much for me. But I do have morning devotionals on the channel that you are more than welcome to watch. And, you know, and then I have this regular content. So channel members goes as follows. Dana Clark, who's been with me 9 months. Suzanne Spencer, 9 months. Blanche Jones, 8 months. Cheryl P., she knows who she is. She's my sister. 8 months. Ruth Ann's Creations with a K, is 8 months. Lynn Sanders, 6 months. I believe she might be one of my buddies from across the pond. Grandma Wanda's Crochet Corner, 6 months, and she is adorable. I will definitely be if any of the ones that have channels, I will link them in the description. And Grandma Wanda is absolutely adorable. Crazy Quargle, I have trouble pronouncing that, 6 months. Dee Dee Christensen, 5 months, even though she's been on and off the channel membership list since I started it. That's just how long she's had a membership this time. Angela Risden, 5 months. Sue Kelly, which I think is also across the pond. Lacey Crochet, 2 months, also one of my UK buddies. And Lacey's been on and off the list. And that's with any channel membership, because folks have different financial needs from time to time, and they have to let their channel membership go. And then as their financial hardship passes, they come back and rejoin the channel membership. I totally get that. Carol Ford, 2 months. Karen Wagner, 2 months. Beverly Fowler, 1 month. Serena Headley, which is one of my besties. And this time she's been with me 1 month, but she just literally just renewed. So Gwen Searles, Connie Wagner, and Susie is I couldn't pronounce her last name if I tried, trust me. Susie is brand new. She's been with me 1 day. And Connie Wagner is the one that sent me the lovely Happy Mail. So thank you so much, Connie. And Connie's been with me on and off since I started channel membership. So like I said, if they have a channel, I will link them in the description. Sorry, I ran out of tea in that cup. But I always have a water handy. But this is the sushi cake. I got my little sushi cakes from Juan when I won on Sunday, so I've been doing that. And Axel, bless his heart, he tried to get on the bed a while ago. I was so excited. What else was I going to talk about? I don't remember. I had so much that I was talking about in the other video, and now that I'm redoing the video, oh, and this got left out of my video where I showed Serena's Happy Mail. She also sent me this little guy. He has blue eyes. Look at that. I think I seen an identical turtle on Juan's little table next to him, so I think she must have sent Juan one too. But mine is special. I haven't named him yet. Her, him, I don't know. What do y'all think? Maybe y'all should help me name this one, because I've named all my other ones, but I haven't named this one. What should we call it? I think it should probably have a girl name, because almost all my other stuff has girl names. What do y'all think about Myrtle the turtle? Myrtle the turtle. It rhymes. So that's what I'm thinking, Myrtle. But y'all let me know if y'all have a better idea. Then I'll hear you out. But I'm thinking Myrtle the turtle. Yep, so cute. I love it so much. I'm putting it up here with this cotton yarn, because it looks really cute with the cotton yarn. But where's my cook? I'm gonna do a little crochet with y'all, and maybe I can chat about something that is not gonna get me kicked off YouTube. I was gossiping on that other video, and I was like, what are you doing gossiping about some other content creator? I can't put that out. It wasn't anybody y'all know. It was someone that, you know, has since deleted their channel and is no longer relevant. But I don't know what made me do that, but okay. But anyway, what I've decided to do with these sushi cakes is I'm just going to make a big granny square blanket, as big as it'll go. And then I'll decide if I'm going to add to it with more scrap yarn of my own, or if it's big enough to use as a doggy blanket, or I don't know. We'll just play it by ear, because these are really tight. These are really tight cakes. There's a lot of yardage in here, and they're really tight. So we just have to wait and see how big it gets. I did this whole square on that other video. But yeah. But during that other little video, Axel actually tried to get on the bed, and he did it while I was recording. And I was like, oh my gosh, go boy, go, 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 go. But he slid back down. But that's okay, because that's the first time he's tried to do that in a month. And if I hadn't had this tripod in my way, I probably would have run over there and grabbed his back end and helped him get up the rest of the way. But yeah, he tried to get on the bed, and I was like, oh my God, he wants to sleep with Mama. He's followed me all over the house all day long, and I was just so pleased that he's doing that again. It's like he's coming back. He's coming back. So I'm just tickled to death. You know that that now that I'm gonna sell the other 5 bags, of course, the other 5 mystery bags. I didn't bag them up for my health, You know, I'd been kind of wanting to decrease my yarn stash, so I went from having 17 boxes, totes of yarn on top of all this cube yarn to having 10. So I'm pleased with that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're parting with your yarn. Yeah, I did, and I parted with some stuff that I probably necessarily didn't want to, but at the same time I was like, you know what, I don't know when I'm going to get to that, and I parted with stuff that I could easily re-get if I want it. So, you know, I only kept stuff like, you know, when I go back to making sweaters, when it starts the weather starts cooling off again, and I go back to making sweaters, I kept yarn for those, and I kept yarn that would be a little too expensive to replace. And of course I kept all my bougie yarn. What little bit I have of bougie yarn, I don't have a ton of that. I just have, well, I bought 5 hanks of Malabrigo, and then I was gifted 10, I think, 10 hanks of Malabrigo I was gifted, and then I have some alpaca yarn that I was gifted recently, and so, you know, that was just about 3. So I don't have a ton, and I don't have a whole lot of that. I have like a couple of cotton hand dyed, I have these here from Crochet in Agreement. These are cotton. I have 2 of these, and then I got these Cascade yarns. I got these, and these are cotton and merino. So this is a cotton and let me see here. Yeah, 70% cotton, 30% merino wool. So, and these are what they call these hand painted. So this is about as bougie as I get, and I think I have 4 of each color of this. And I hadn't quite decided what I'm gonna do with that. Theo got a hold of this one, trying to get something in the trash. So it looks a little worse for the wear. I came home and yesterday, and this was in the middle of the floor. It's not beyond repair, you know. I can still put it on the thingy and then cake it up. The y'all know what I'm talking about. Why do words keep failing me right now? I think it must be this new bipolar medicine, because words don't usually fail me like that. But y'all know the spinny thing. The thing you put the yarn on before you wind it into a cake. Yeah, that thing. I have one of those. I just, you know, I save it for the bougie yarn. But, you know, it'll still fit on that. I can straighten it out and have it fit on there, and it'll be just fine. But, I don't know what he was thinking. Put that in there where I could tug on it. Oh, it's changing colors, look. Ooh. So, yeah. But I you know, I made my peace with parting with the yarn, because I knew it was going to, you know, to Axel's care, and to replace money that I spent on Axel to, you know, spend on John for his birthday, his 25th birthday next month. Johnny turns, my youngest son, my right-hand man, he turns 25 on the 27th of next month. So in just a little over a month, no, well, yeah, just a little over a month, he'll be 25. And so I kind of wanted to treat him to something special, you know. I am currently putting an Amazon wish list together with him, and so I'll have that in the description of my videos pretty soon, in case anybody wants to get him something from there. But really and truly, he just likes getting birthday cards from all over the country, all over the world, if possible. We've been doing this a couple of years with his birthday, and one year he got one from Switzerland, and she knows who she is. And then last year he got one from the UK. And so, you know, it's just wonderful to get all the cards from all the different places. And I really like reading them, and then we like showing them on videos. And and he will do a video, with me. And I got to cut that beard off his face. He's never shaved a day in his life, but he can grow the most fullest, longest, curliest beard you ever seen in your life. But he's never shaved. His brother my oldest son is like, I hate it that he's never worked for a beard, but he grows a full, beautiful beard without any effort whatsoever. Well, his father was he had a nice beard, so I guess that's genetics for you. He's got really young. I mean, he started going bald really early. I mean, he's I don't understand how you can be 24 and losing your hair like that. I asked the doctor about that, and he said that's just genetics. He said I can get him some medicine for it if you like. And so I asked John, and John said nope. He said I'll just let it go. So he's not worried about, losing his hair. Not concerned. It doesn't bother him one bit. So he just, he's not bothered by much. He's just high functioning. I call him high functioning autism. Officially on paperwork, he's, what do they call him? Moderately mentally delayed. That's the official paper, on paperwork, that's what they call him. But everything I've ever read and everything that I've ever found based on his personality and his mannerisms and whatnot, he's autistic. So I just don't have an official diagnosis saying that. And this looks like Big Twist ombre yarn that I've gotten into now, with this white color with the blue specks in it. That's what it looks like. I don't know, but it's very soft. All this, the green was really, this jade green that it started with is really soft too. What is he doing? Spraying fabric softener on his yarn? I've been tempted to do that with a couple of skeins I've run into over the years that were really rough, and I'm like, I wonder if I put fabric softener in a spray bottle and sprayed the skein, would it soften up? Oh my goodness. You never know if that'll actually work. I think I ran across somebody that was dealing with a really rough skein of yarn one time, and I suggested that, and she says, I'm going to try that. I never found out if it worked or not, but she was going to try it. But heck, it's worth a try if you got one that, that's really old or really, rare, a yarn that's really rare, and you want to work it up into something, but at the same time, it's kind of like sandpaper. And just get you some fabric softener, put it in a spray bottle dilute it with a little bit of water, and spray the bad boy. And then put it out somewhere where it can get dry again, and then give it a go and see if it doesn't soften up for you. I hadn't tried it, but I think it'd probably work. It'd be worth trying. I mean, especially if you got hand issues, if you got, skin condition with your hands, and you'd really like, and maybe you're, it was budget friendly, and you need, and you're cutting cost, and this is the only yarn you could afford, and it was rough. So, it's worth a shot. I'm going to have to try that with some yarn. If I get some rough yarn, I'm going to have to try that, because I do usually keep some fabric softener, because I use it when I wash my crochet stuff. I use a fabric softener with them. I like the lavender. I like to, especially if I'm gifting the crochet item, I like to use this lavender yarn. I think it's a downy. Fabric softener. I get tongue tied. I think it's downy, but it's lavender scented. It's really wonderful. The smell of it is so wonderful, and so I like my stuff that I get. If I'm going to gift somebody something or sell somebody a sweater I've made, I usually wash it in that stuff. But I learned one time I made a sweater for somebody, and I washed it in that, and they had some sensitivity to the smell of it. It was too strong for them. And so they had to rewash the item because the fabric softener was too strong for them. And so now I have, you know, a little more, now that I know that, you know, that there are people out there with a sensitivity to the strong smell of that, I rinse it an extra time. I put it through the rinse cycle an extra time to where it's just a faint smell instead of a more stronger smell of lavender. So, you know, it's better to be conscientious of people's, you know, sensibilities like that, because not everybody can handle a strong lavender smell, you know, or perfume, almost perfumey lavender smell. So it's better to try to be more considerate of people's sensitivities. I hadn't considered that someone might, you know, have a problem with it until then. So from then on, once I realized that, you know, I'd been, you know, sending really perfumey smelling stuff, I just started rinsing it, putting it through the rinse cycle an extra time to dilute it. It works just fine doing that. Then you just have you still can smell it, but it's not as strong. And I haven't offended anybody. No one's complained about it, I'll put it that way. It works good. And this is working up pretty. Look at that. I'm not chaining between the clusters, but it looks all right. So far so good. But I'll use both of these cakes and see how big this thing gets, and then we'll go from there and see if I want to add some more of my scrap yarn or if it's big enough for whatever. I think it'll probably be big enough for something, because there's a lot of yarn in these cakes. And it's all really nice, soft yarn. It got good taste in yarn. This will probably be for around the house or for one of my pooches. This big boy sitting laying on the floor behind the camera. He's wherever Mama is nowadays. I'm the source of all the good food. Even when I eat my own dinner. In the last couple of nights, my dinner has consisted of cold cuts, which is either turkey. Last night I had smoked turkey sandwich lunch meat, and some Munster cheese and some string cheese, you know, mozzarella string cheese, and that was dinner. Because my stomach likes that stuff. Plus, it's really not that bad. It's you know, you get all your protein there, and you know, not a lot of, you know, unnecessary type food. I tried to eat some broccoli and cauliflower that Johnny cooked earlier tonight, and my stomach just said no. I don't know why. I've eaten it many times before, but it just said no. So I waited, and then I went in there and I had bought some chicken rotisserie flavored chicken cold cuts slice sandwich meat, and so I grabbed some of that, a couple of slices of Munster cheese, some string cheese, and that was dinner. And of course I put too many slices of the meat in there, but the Beg Brigade, Axel and Theodore, were very kindly and happy to alleviate me of that extra slice of meat. They didn't mind eating that for me. So I split it down the middle and give each of them half of the piece of meat, and they were oh so happy to take that off my hands. The smoked turkey ended up being a little too salty. I don't do well with real salty things anymore, except for popcorn. I can eat popcorn even if it's salty. But meat, I can't eat real salty meat. It just, no. So, but the rotisserie flavored chicken was on point. It was perfectly seasoned. It wasn't too salty or anything. But I just couldn't eat that much of it because I can't eat that much of anything really. But I did buy me some cantaloupes. I didn't buy them pre-cut up this time, but I did buy a couple of cantaloupes, smaller cantaloupes, and so I'm gonna go cut one of them up. I don't know if I'll do that tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow because I'm kind of beat. This is getting kind of late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning now. Now that I'm redoing my video. It is what it is, y'all. You open mouth and insert foot, and you go to watch your video back before you upload it, and you go, oh my God, I can't upload that. That's awful. I can't let that out like that. I'll get canceled. Oh, Lord, the masses will cancel me. So, no. Uh-oh, here we go, another change, but that's just, okay, it looks like gray yarn. It looks like I'm turning into gray, like a really faint gray. That's all right. We just keep going. Let's see here. Getting to a corner. Let's see, chain 2, do, and 3 more. Yeah, I'm a little bit quick. And then we're back over here. I wish I was trying to find an angle with this camera that I could show y'all without showing you the floor, because the floor is dirty. Oh, and looky here, we got a bright color. Look at here. And just like that, it switched into something else. Boy, is he sure he doesn't have ADD? Because that was a quick change McGraw there, buddy. That was quick. Quick draw McGraw. Y'all ever watch that when you were a kid? There was a, I think, I may be misquoting it. I may have the wrong name. But I remember watching a cartoon when I was little with this little beagle that was a sheriff. I want to say he was Quick Draw McGraw or something along those lines. Those of you that are older like me, or even older than me, probably know what I'm talking about. It was really cute. But yeah, it was on Saturday morning cartoons. I used to love my Saturday morning cartoons. And Captain Caveman, he was a favorite. And Space Ghost. Do you remember that? Yeah. I love me some Space Ghost. Yep. And Captain Caveman. Oh, he was so funny. And Wile E. Coyote. You can't beat Wile E. Coyote. I don't care who you are. That is the funniest cartoon. How many times can that coyote die? Meep, meep. And the Roadrunner comes up and meep, meep. The funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, it's so funny. Meep, meep. You gotta take the pleasures, the small pleasures out of, you gotta take it and enjoy the small pleasures, like, remembering your childhood cartoons. I did watch Captain Kangaroo on PBS too. I liked Captain Kangaroo. He was good. And Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he was always a favorite. You can't go wrong with Mr. Rogers. I don't care who you are. And I don't know what this orange yarn is. It's got a bit of a different texture. It's really thick. This must be some of his Craft Smart yarn, because it's really thick. Yeah, it's much thicker than this other yarn. Yep. So now this is where we are. Boy, we're going to have a nice mishmash of going on, ain't we? It'll be psychedelic. Oh, and if I can remember the name of that. Hold on. I got old farts brain now. The after school stuff, the School of Rock or whatever it was. Oh, what was the name of that? I can't remember. Oh, and Fat Albert. Who watched Fat Albert? Come on. Some of y'all have got to remember Fat Albert. Who didn't love Fat Albert? Oh my gosh, so funny. I know that was a brainchild of, what's his name? Oh, the one that got in trouble. Oh, I can't. Bill Cosby, I think that was one of his brainchilds. But I don't care. I still love Fat Albert. He may be in fat cool. It didn't matter. Of course, I really wasn't overweight very much until after I had kids. You know, that it'll happen to you. But looky here, we're almost back up to 40 minutes. But this is what we got. Isn't that interesting? And this yarn here, this orange yarn, is very, very thick compared to the other two yarns that I've already been through. It looks like there's still quite a bit of that left, and then it goes into what it looks like red next. You know, I love red. But yeah, this is what we got so far. And since we're back up to 30, almost 37 minutes, I'm going to stick a stitch marker in this and call it a video. And I hope y'all enjoyed talking with me. I hope y'all enjoyed listening while you're working on something yourself. But hopefully reminiscing about Saturday morning cartoons in the Schoolhouse of Rock or something like that. Jeez, I can't remember, but I used to sing to all those songs and used to enjoy myself quite a bit because I spent a lot of time alone as a kid. My sister would be off doing whatever she was doing. She's cuckoo cuckoo, by the way. But we won't talk about that. I don't have anything to do with her. But yeah. So it was me and the TV on Saturday morning and a bowl of cereal. But I was safe at home. I wasn't running the streets doing crazy things. I was watching my Saturday morning cartoons. Jack Hanna with the animals. Y'all remember Jack Hanna? I think he's still around, actually. He's pretty old, but he's around. I still like watching some stuff, but I don't have regular TV anymore. I just have streaming services. I have high-speed internet, really good high-speed internet, and streaming services like Hulu and Amazon and Acorn TV and Netflix, of course. Those kind of things is what we have now. And so I've been watching this show on Acorn TV called Madame Blanc, which is white. In French, it's blanc. That's white in French. And so it's about a lady named Jean White. She's English. She's from Manchester, England. And her husband run a antique store over in England. But they own a cottage in France, in this little antiques village in France. And he goes over and he procures items in France and then brings them back to England for them to sell in their shop. Well, the very first episode, her husband gets killed, and then she finds out that they're broke. He's mortgaged everything to the hilt, and they're just broke, and he's run everything into the ground. But the only saving grace is that as he was before he crashed his vehicle and passed away, he sent her a little video of this special ring that he had just bought and was on his way home to England to take to her. And so she flies to France to try to find this ring and to find out what happened to him. Well, she ends up partnering with the local police to start solving murder mysteries, anything having to do with antiques, because she's an antiques expert. And so it just turns out to be this murder mystery, dark comedy kind of situation. And I'm totally hooked. But there's only 3 seasons of it, and I'm on season 3, and I'm kind of spacing out the episodes because I don't quite want it to end, because it's been so wonderful and I enjoy it so much. all the cast of kooky little characters and all. And but it's a murder mystery, and I quite love murder mystery shows. But Acorn TV has a lot of murder mystery shows, and some of them are based in England, some are based in France, some are I think they even had some Italian ones on there, and so there's even one that's in New Zealand, and that one's really good. I can't remember the name of it, but it's really good. But yeah, I like all the foreign. If it doesn't have subtitles, I'll watch it. Sometimes, if it's good enough, I'll watch it even with subtitles. There was one show on Netflix, I can't remember the name of it, but it was in Finland. I can't remember the name of it, but it was so good. But it was dubbed over in English. You could tell by the way they moved their mouth they were not speaking English, but they dubbed it over in English. But it was in Finland. Oh my goodness, that series was so good. It wasn't like dark comedy. It was just a really good murder mystery cop type show, but it was so good. And I want to say I've seen about 2 seasons of it, and I keep going back to Netflix hoping to see if there's another season of it, but it doesn't look like they're going to have another season of it. But it's unfortunate because I really enjoyed it, because it was different. They would all these twists and turns. Just about the time you thought you figured out who the killer was, you were wrong. And I love it. I love it when I can't figure out who the killer is, and then it's like the last person you expect it to be. Because the ones that I figure out who the killer is are kind of boring to me. If I can't figure out who the killer is, that's even better to me, because I'll keep watching. But if I got it figured out in 5 minutes, I'm clicking off of it. Just me. They got to make it more twisting and turning to me, and that's what pulls me in. But anyway, this is a long video. I hope y'all like it. And if you hadn't subscribed to my channel, subscriptions are free. Channel memberships start at $2.99. So just to let you know. And I think there's a link in the description. If you're on a mobile device, I think there's a link in the description to go to sign up with memberships if you so choose to. But we also have a Facebook group and a general chat attached to that. Now the Facebook group is just positivity only, and of course you can ask for prayer requests on there, share your yarn hauls, share your makes. If you have a crochet question, a yarn question, whatever, as long as you keep it positive and don't get on there and talk bad about folks or what have you, you'll be just fine, because I do pop over there several times a day. Plus, I have other folks that tell me if something is posted that goes against what I would like to be posted. And I pop into the general chat several times a day and just read through to see if I need to respond to anything. I don't always go in there and chat, but I do read through it to see if I need to, say something. So I'm always looking. So I'm always on Facebook Messenger. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Please remember that I love you and so does Jesus. And please adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye now.